Hello everyone. Today I will explain 5 technical questions from the CCNA exam. Let's look at the first question. The first question asks us, what does a switch use to build its MAC address table? This is actually quite simple. It refers to what's called inbound traffic. So what does inbound traffic mean? Let me explain this to everyone. That is, how does a switch generate its MAC address table? This MAC address table is from, for example, I have a host here, host A, and on the right there's a host B. Then host A sends a message, and then through the interface on the left side of the switch is called the inbound interface. After coming in, this message will first be recorded by the switch in its MAC address table. For example, it will record the relationship between the zero interface and the source address. Of this message, the binding between the source address and the interface will be recorded, and that's how the MAC table is generated. So this is based on the inbound rule. Then, when host B replies, its interface becomes the inbound interface, right? Inbound interface. So it will also bind the inbound interface with the source address in the reply message sent by B. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is C. We should choose C as the correct answer. All right, question 2. For the second question, there's a diagram here. And it says that when we configure this channel called Ether trunk, we've set the speed to 1000 and it's in full duplex mode. Now first, on switch A, when configuring this channel, we want it not to initiate LACP communication, but it can respond. What does that mean? It means I don't actively initiate, but I can respond to LACP. So what is that? That's called a passive mode. So the correct answer to this question is D. Choose D. All right, question 3. The third question is about spanning tree. It asks, on a switch running rapid spanning tree, which command allows it to perform listening and learning during a specific period of time? Well, this one definitely isn't correct. First of all, this procurement refers to priority. That's priority, so that's wrong. And this is the hello time, which is when we interact to. Like when two people first meet, is the time for the hello packet, and also the time for maintaining neighbor relationships with hello packets. This isn't the right one either. And this one is the aging time between neighbors. So that's also incorrect. The correct time is this one. Set it to 20 seconds. The correct answer is D. Choose D. Okay, question 4. The fourth question should be about wireless, related to wireless topics involving APs. For this question, it says the network administrator has decided to configure either an autonomous access point or a cloud-based access point on the wireless access point. What issues do we need to consider? So actually, the correct answer is A. Let me explain this in a bit more detail. The autonomous mode access point, also known as the autonomous mode AP, is a device that relies less on the underlying network infrastructure. But it is generally more difficult and time-consuming to maintain when compared to a cloud-based access point, right? It is equipped with this underlayer. It has relatively low requirements and dependence on the underlayer. However, compared with the cloud model, it is more difficult to maintain, right? Cloud mode is easier to maintain, right? The correct answer is A. So we won't look at the others. We haven't checked the correct answer, right? The correct answer is A. All right, next question. So this question says that when a switch receives a frame with an unknown destination MAC address, how does the switch handle this unknown thing? This unknown frame, this unknown unicast frame, actually just floods it to all interfaces except the one it was received on. If I received it from here, then except for this interface, I will flood it out of all the other interfaces, flood and forward it. So the correct answer to this question is, in fact, A. Please choose A. Alright, submit. If you want to learn Cisco technology or want to get Cisco question bank, message me privately or comment below for technical exchange.